Hey there, little listeners. Are you ready for a story?
I sure am. I love a good story, especially when it's about animals.
Where to? Well, tonight we're going on an adventure to the forest.
Oh, the forest sounds exciting. What kind of adventure?
We're going to join Ozzie the Owl and all his friends for a story circle.
Ooh, a story circle. I bet they have some wonderful tales to tell.
They do. Our first story is called The Little Acorn That Could.
Oh, that sounds adorable. Tell me more.
Well, this little acorn had a big dream. It wanted to grow up to be a tall and strong oak tree.
Just like the other trees in the forest, that's a wonderful dream.
But it takes a lot of time and patience for a little acorn to grow into a big tree.
You're right, it's not easy. But this
Yeah.
little acorn was determined.
What did it do?
Every day it would say to itself, I think I can, I think I can.
It's a great motto. I think I can. I think I can.
It is. And you know what? With all that positive thinking and determination, that little acorn finally achieved its dream.
Wow, it grew into a big oak tree.
It did. It just goes to show that even the smallest of us can do amazing things if we set our minds to it.
That's a great lesson for all of us. But, it's funny.
What's that?
Rocky the raccoon heard that story. And he thought he could grow as big as Bert the bear. Just by saying, I think I can.
Oh, Rocky. He's always getting into mischief. Did it work?
Well, Ozzie had to explain to Rocky that everyone grows in their own way.
That's right. Just because the acorn grew into a big tree doesn't mean Rocky can grow into a bear.
Exactly. Ozzie's a very wise owl. He always knows just what to say.
I bet he does. No, I heard Bella the bunny had a special request for Ozzie.
She did. She wanted to hear a story about Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving. My favorite time of year.
Did Ozzie have a story ready?
He sure did. It's called the Great Forest Feast.
Ooh, a feast. That sounds delicious. Tell me more.
Well, all the animals were so excited to get together and celebrate Thanksgiving, but they ran into a little problem when it came to planning the menu.
What happened? Did they forget the cranberry sauce?
Not quite. They couldn't decide what the main dish should be. Oh, no. That's a tough one. What did they want?
Well, Chipmunk, of course, wanted his favorite acorns.
Makes sense. He is a chipmunk. What about the others?
Rocky wanted berries. He loves those sweet and juicy berries.
I see the problem. Everyone had their own idea of what the perfect Thanksgiving meal should be.
Exactly. And they were about to get into a big argument about it.
Oh, dear. That wouldn't be very festive at all. What happened next?
Luckily, Ozzie was there to help. He came up with a brilliant solution.
What was it?
He suggested that everyone bring their favorite food to share.
That's a great idea. Then everyone gets to enjoy their favorite treats, and they get to try new things, too.
Exactly. And that's how the animals learned the importance of sharing and compromise, especially during Thanksgiving.
I love that. And I bet their feast was amazing with all those different delicious foods.
It was. And you know what? After they finished eating, they all started talking about what they were thankful for.
Aw, that's so heartwarming. What were they thankful for?
Bella was thankful for her cozy burrow.
That's sweet. What about Chip?
Well, Chip, being Chip, he was thankful for all the yummy acorns he could find.
Of course he was. And what about Rocky?
Rocky was thankful for his friends, who were always willing to share their food with him.
That's so typical of Rocky. Always thinking about his tummy. But it's sweet that he's thankful for his friends, too.
It is. And it sounds like Ozzie and his friends had a wonderful Thanksgiving, full of friendship and gratitude.
They did. And you know what? Ozzie reminded them that the best stories are always about friends who make the forest a wonderful place to live.
That's so true. Friends make everything better, don't they?
They really do. And that's what makes Ozzie's Story Circle so special. A place where friends can gather and share their stories.
I wish we could join them. It sounds like so much fun.
Me too. But you know what? We can create our own story circles right here, at home.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We can gather our families and friends and share our own stories.
Exactly. We can tell stories about anything we want, like our favorite holidays or funny things that happen to us.
Or maybe even stories about kindness and friendship.
That's a wonderful idea. I bet our listeners have some amazing stories to share.
I'm sure they do. And speaking of sharing, Ozzie left us with a very important question to think about.
What was it?
He asked, what story of kindness or friendship would you share at his story circle?
That's a great question. Little listeners, take a moment to think about that. What story would you share?
Maybe it's a story about a time when you helped someone in need.
Or a time when someone was kind to you.
Or maybe it's a story about a special memory you have with your family or friends.
Whatever story you choose, Remember that sharing it with others makes it even more special.
Because stories have the power to connect us, to make us laugh, and to teach us valuable lessons.
Just like the stories Ozzie shared with his animal friends.
Exactly. So keep those stories alive by sharing them with everyone you love.
And who knows, maybe someday you'll even get to tell your story at Ozzie's Story Circle in the forest.
That'd be amazing. But until then, keep listening to stories, keep learning, and keep sharing the magic of storytelling with everyone around you.
That's a wonderful message to end on. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ozzie's Story Circle.
It was my pleasure. And remember, little listeners, keep those imaginations soaring and those stories flowing. Even though our time with Ozzie and his friends is coming to an end,
Yeah.
we can still keep the fun going
Oh, absolutely.
by creating our own stories.
Ooh, our own stories. That sounds like fun. What kind of stories?
Well, we can let our imaginations run wild.
Okay.
We could write a story about a brave little bunny who goes on an adventure.
Oh, I like that. Or maybe a mischievous raccoon who's always getting into trouble.
Yes. Or even a story about a time when we shared something special with a friend.
Oh, great ideas.
And we don't have to just write them down.
Oh, what else could we do?
We can draw pictures to go with our stories.
Ooh, like illustrations? Yeah.
Yeah, or we could even act them out with our friends.
That sounds like so much fun.
It does. And remember, little listeners,
Yeah.
everyone has a story to tell.
That's true. Even me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go out there and share your stories with the world.
Let your voices be heard.
And thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Ozzie's Story Circle.
It was a pleasure to share these stories with you.
We hope you had fun exploring the power of storytelling.
Yes. Keep those imaginations soaring.
And keep those stories coming.
Bye for now.